The ethnic and linguistic diversity of India is proverbial and rivals the diversity of continental Europe, which is not a single nation-state like India. India contains a large number of different regional, social, and economic groups, each with distinctive or dissimilar customs and cultural practices. Region-wise, differences between social structures of India's north and south are marked, especially with respect to kinship systems and family relationships. Religious differences are pervasive throughout the country. There is the Hindu majority and the large Muslim minority or second majority. There are other Indian groups, Buddhists, Christians, Jains, Jews, Parsis, Sikhs, and practitioners of tribal religions, and hundreds of sub-religions or religious communities within larger communities, like the Arya Samajis, Sanatanis among the Hindus, Shias and Sunnis among the Muslims, Monas and Kashdaris among the Sikhs, and hundreds of other castes, subcastes, communities, vegetarians and non-vegetarians from each religion. Each group is proud of its faith and very sure of its superiority over other faiths. A highly noticeable feature of India's social structure is highly inequitable division of the nation's wealth. Access to wealth and power varies sharply. Extreme differences in socioeconomic status are glaringly visible among the smallest village communities to metropolitan cities and megatowns. The poor and the rich live side by side in urban and rural areas. Prosperous, well-fed, perfumed men or women in chauffeured luxury cars, passing and even living in narrow streets with poor, starving, ill-nourished, ill-clad, or even half-naked men, women, children dwelling on their pavements and bathing in dirty water of its flowing or even clogged drains are common sights. Contrasting extreme poverty and enormous wealth and obvious class distinctions are egregiously visible in almost every settlement in India. Urban-rural differences, too, are immense. Over 70% of India's population lives in villages. Agriculture still remains their mainstay. Mud houses, dusty lanes, grazing cattle, chirping and crying of birds at sunset, and rising smell of dung and chula smoke are the usual settings for the social lives of most rural Indians. In India's enlarging cities, millions of people live among roaring vehicles, surging crowds, overcrowded streets, busy commercial establishments, loudspeakers, blaring movie tunes or religious recitations, factories and trucks, and buses breathing poisonous pollution into unhealthy lungs. Surprisingly, observers tend to bypass these all-pervading differences of region, language, wealth, status, religion, urbanity, gender, and absence of the rule of law, but pay most devoted attention to that special and peculiar feature of Indian society, caste. The most loved and recognized identities of Indians is their caste. And there are thousands of castes and caste-like groups. These are hierarchically ordered and named groups into which members are born. Caste members, as far as possible, marry within the caste or subcaste and follow caste rules with respect to diet, ritual, and aspects of life. Yet, no generalization can be made because increasingly, caste discipline is loosening, and every individual is free to decide his or her own social ways, and such an individual will always find small or big support and a milieu to evolve a suitable mode of living in spite of turning his or her back on caste and caste-ridden society, though at times this can be a harrowing experience, especially in subcaste communities where intercaste and widow marriage is equated with community honor, leading to honor killing of the perceived violator of caste norms, especially if the violator is weak. However, underlying norms of life, though honesty of thought and action may not be among them, are widely accepted in India. Indian village life is neither simple nor inviting. That is why no villager who has come to the city goes back. According to sociologists, each village is connected through a variety of crucial horizontal links